All right, welcome back to our FAQ series. This is frequently asked questions for the new or aspiring TC. I find this question kind of timely and interesting because a lot of people are getting into transaction coordination during this time, this season. They are hearing the word over and over again, shift. We're in a shift. We're in a shift. We're in a shift. Now, this video may be watched a year from now, 2 years from now, and nobody's talking about the shift. But while this video is being made, people are talking about the shift. In fact, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to be very casual here, and I'm going to pull out a book. There is a book that many of us have heard about, and if you're in the real estate industry and you don't know about this book, I'm confused by that. I don't care if you're with Keller Williams or not with Keller Williams. There are certain things that are just industry standards, and Gary Keller has two books that have basically become industry standards. One is The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and even if you're a TC, you should be reading these books because you are going to be working within this industry, and these two books are pretty much industry standards. It's good to understand what your agents are reading and what type of information they're being fed. And I would say Millionaire Real Estate Agent and Shift are two very popular ones. Now, are those priorities for you to read those before everything else that you're going to learn to be an independent transaction coordinator? No, but I would say that you want to be well informed about your industry. Those are two standard books. So let's get back to the word shift. During the time of this video being made, a lot of people are talking about we're in a shift. And I'm almost sick of hearing about that word right now, okay? But the question is, I'm going to read it directly here, question is it hard to start or really build your business? So basically, is it hard to start during the shift, or is it hard to build your business during a time when agents feel, okay, so that's to me a key perspective. The agents feel that the market is tough. That's in quotation marks. Agents feel the market is tough or during a shift. Okay, so a couple statements I'm going to make about that. Not all small business owners are created equal. Okay, mindset matters. Now, if you're taking notes, I would write that down. I'd put it all in capital. Mindset matters. Okay. Now, understand. Now, I'm into neuroscience and biology and all that other kind of stuff. The fact is that we have the ability to rewire our brain from a very, very, very literal and technical point of view. Okay. Neuroscience will tell you that we have neuroplasticity, which means that just because you think one way doesn't mean that you can't rewire your brain. And I will tell you, some of us need to rewire our brain and our belief systems. And I'll just tell you right now, our mindset around going into business and having fear around a shift. Now, I'm going to give you two perspectives. Someone talks about going into shift and they feel fear. They feel stress. Me, I see it as opportunity. That's two different perspectives. That's two different mindsets. I'll tell you right now, when I was actually first getting into the real estate business, there were a couple things that I had changed my mindset around. And when the market started to get tough, I actually grew where other agents fell out of the business. Now, I saw the market getting tough, and I won't go into all the technicalities, what I did to gain my business and gain a foothold on the market, but I thought that the market getting tougher, or tanking, or shifting, or whatever anybody else wanted to say, I saw that as the greatest opportunity, and I was so grateful that I was so young in the business and I had this opportunity. Do you see the mindset? I'm like, oh my gosh, this was the perfect time for me to get in this business, because now this opportunity, a bunch of people are falling out of the business, and this is an opportunity for me. So let me look at it from an independent transaction coordinator point of view. If agents are scared and they're afraid of the shift and they're nervous, what else do you think that they're nervous about? They're nervous. They want leverage. They still want leverage. Doesn't matter if the shift is happening or not. When the market is great, they want leverage. When the market's not great, but if they're still doing business, they still need leverage. But now think about this. Where is the big difference? The big difference is this, is it's a shift and they're afraid. They're afraid of what? They're afraid of their risk. What is risk? What's the biggest risk in their business? Overhead. What is the biggest overhead in most people's business? It's payroll. It's manpower. It's humans. Okay. So the fact is don't you see this as an opportunity for yourself? Now, you may not still be in the shift by the time you hear this video. We may or may not be in a shift while you hear this video, but I'll tell you, every time that the market gets tough, agents want to figure out how to cut expenses. And I will tell you, they let people go. And what an independent transaction coordinator can provide is real leverage with proven plug and play systems with low overhead and no risk for payroll. If they're not doing any volume, they're not paying you anything. They don't have to keep paying you over Christmas and January and February if their volume's low. They pay you based on you guys having transactions that you're working together, versus they hire an in-house transaction coordinator is on salary. They have to keep paying their salary, keep paying their benefits, keep paying everything, their full compensation package, even if the volume isn't there. So as far as I'm concerned, I love it when the market's tough. I think it's the perfect time to grow a business. So to best answer your question, now let's read that question one last time. Is it hard to start or really build your business during a time when agents feel that the market is tough or during the shift? Not based on my value proposition. If I'm an independent transaction coordinator, what I'm doing is I'm providing them real leverage with real systems at basically low overhead, because they're not paying for the tools I'm using. They're not paying for my salary, any of that kind of stuff, and no risk to them. If they don't have any volume, they don't have anything to send me, they don't still have me on payroll. I'm telling you right now, I think that's a perfect opportunity for them to take advantage of this leverage. So understand that you have the ability to rewire your brain. If you're coming into a tough market, you may already have a successful business, and all of a sudden you have a successful business for 2 or 3 years, and then the market changes. You may be so used to that market that your mindset is not right to flourish when that market changes. I'll tell you right now, I love every market change. I feel that every market change brings another opportunity. So you have to determine, how do I get my mindset around seeing this as an opportunity? Now, if you can't do that, what I'm going to tell you is get into community. Okay. Get with people that think this way and come up with solutions and come up with opportunities and different ways to talk about and different ways to think about these changes in the market. And I'm going to call them opportunities in the market. So no, I don't think it's harder to start during a shift or build your business during a shift. I think it's easier. Okay. Now, are there going to be people that argue with me? Sure. There might even be people tell me that that's not even a realistic perspective, David. Well, good. I'm glad you're not in my head. I'm really glad you're not in my head, because I refuse to think that way. And I've done just fine during every single one of those market changes based on my mindset. And then that creates my creative juices flowing, and I'm able to come up with a way to make that a benefit. It's going to benefit someone. No matter how bad the market is, homes don't stop selling. Maybe less, but someone's got to be working on those, and a lot of people get out of the business. I'm one of those people that was still working the files. Didn't matter how bad the market was. Hope that helps you guys. I think it's just a mindset, and understand you have the capability, if you don't have the right mindset, to rewire that. And you can do that a lot of different ways, through reading, well, I won't go into all of it, but I'm going to tell you right now, you can. There is neuroplasticity is a real thing, and you have the ability to change the way you see things and the way you think. Hope that helps. Take care, guys.